Samantha Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sadhamang Munirajas Sunantu Sagga Mokkadang Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the blessed one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Empty Cloud Monastery Wednesday Dhamma Talk series. Today we are going to continue from where we have left from last week. We were discussing about the Dhamma Chakkapavatana and Satya Vibhanga Sutta. Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta because it was the summary of the Four Noble Truths, and Satya Vibhanga Sutta because it is the commentary of the Dhamma Chakkapavatana or the Four Noble Truths. So last week we discussed about the truth of suffering or truth of stress or truth of unsatisfactoriness, because the dukkha has been translated in many different ways by different translators. So dukkha or the truth of suffering, we discuss this sutta, Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta, and we also chant this Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta. We had a lot of interaction between this sutta over the last few days, few weeks. We have explored the historical background of the remarkable event, the middle way, the Noble Eightfold Path. So that's also very important. And the first truth is about the truth of suffering. The second is the truth of the root cause of suffering. And the third is the cessation of suffering. And the fourth is the path leading to the cessation of suffering. We also call it middle path or Noble Eightfold Path. So the Noble Eightfold Path is further divided into Sila, Samadhi, Panya, morality and concentration or unification of mind, and Panya. Okay. Before that, I would like to further respond to someone's question last time. Somebody asked whether the first truth about understanding samsara. It's actually it's not simply about understanding samsara as the cycle of rebirth. It's about understanding the nature of dukkha. unsatisfactoriness or suffering, wherever it is found. By the way, how do you think of life? Is it suffering or how do you think of life? What do you think of life?
Are you asking us?
Yes?
Yeah, on the surface it looks exciting, but there is always some suffering.
So the other question is, in that case, Buddhism talks about suffering. Starts with suffering. So is it pessimistic then?
No.
Why?
Because it's telling the truth. And
Okay.
it's also showing the way out of suffering. It's not saying you are doomed to suffering. It's also there is a way out.
It is rather realistic, right? Then the other thing is, the Buddha says the life is full of suffering. It's true, like right from the beginning, right? Right from inside the mother's womb, it's not so comfortable. It's in the dark, it's in the water bag. I mean, you literally can only do like breathe. And then coming out of the womb also is suffering, both to the mother and to the baby. And then ever since it is still full of suffering. But having said that, life, we know it is not pessimistic. It is also not so optimistic, no, but it is rather realistic. Having said that, the life is full of suffering, we also have to make it full of happiness, right? We can't really be doomed to suffering, or oh, life is suffering, so there's no need to do anything positive or anything special because life is suffering. What is the point then? If it is suffering, then what is the point of like working hard or trying to earn money or trying to study and establish yourself, trying to be ambitious? So these are some of the questions that we have. So the Buddha actually has given us a lot of opportunities here, and he has said, yes, life is suffering, but you have to make it happy. And yes, life is impermanent, but you have to be stronger, right? Yes, life is full of sickness, but you have to be healthy, right? So you have to make use of these 5 aggregates. Sankhitena Panchupadana Kanda Dukkha. 5 aggregates are suffering. It's like we all have kind of fallen into a well, a deep well. So we can only see the whole, the sky, and then we have the body. We have some tools within. We know this body also is impermanent. This body is subject to sickness, decay, old age, everything is there in this body. And then also we need to make some effort. We have to use this body to get out of this well, right? So if we think like, oh, life is suffering, there's no point in or something, then we will actually die there only. We won't be able to come out of this. We have to use this as a tool to get out of this suffering too. Very important point. And we have to use these 5 aggregates to get out of this suffering, to get out of this samsara, the circle of transmigration. That is something we have to really focus. And in that case, we also need to learn how to respect this body, how to take care of this body. It's very important. We have to be stronger physically, we have to be healthy physically, and if you work, you work. If you go to gym, go to gym, eat good food, take care of the body, dress well, live a comfortable life. It's okay. It doesn't mean like you have to be like doomed, you have to be in the dark. No, you have to. But you need to live with the realization that one day there is an opportunity, there is a possibility that everything will be lost. With that understanding, we have to live our life. Then we can also make use of this own body to get out of this samsara. So that's why the Buddha said, Dullabho Dullabha Manusatta Patilabho. Dullabho Manusatta Patilabho. This birth as a human is a very, very rare occasion. We are in a way so lucky because we have life, a complete life. We are not blind, we are not, dumb. We are healthy, and then we have Dhamma within us. We have a lot of good friends, got a lot of good teachers around us. So in a way, we are so lucky, and so we have to make use of this opportunity. That is the thing. So there are more opportunities as humans to go to hellbound. But the smart ones, the skillful ones, they try to go upward, not downward. This is also very important for us to think. Every single day, just imagine, like so many opportunities for us to make something wrong, right? To do some bad karma. Every single opportunity, maybe by word, maybe by thought, maybe by body. In these three sense doors, we have many opportunities. So we are actually very vulnerable to do unwholesome karma. So what happens if we do that? The more we do sankhara or accumulate sankhara or accumulate bad karma, the more we will be doomed to more and more suffering. So we have to be smart and skillful and organized in making the maximum use of this opportunity that we have today. Let's explore something about that. So the Buddha begins by pointing to the obvious forms of dukkha: birth, aging, illness, dukkha, death, sorrow, lamentation. They are all suffering, right? Pain, grief, despair, separation from pleasant ones. It's suffering. And also association with unpleasant ones. Is it happy? It's also suffering. So association with them also is not so easy. Not getting what we want, right? We want something and we don't get it, then also we suffering. So in summary, Sankhitena Panchapadana Kanda Dukkha, the five aggregates are subject to clinging. That is the thing. So we have the body, the enlightened person also has a body. What is the difference between the two?
One doesn't suffer.
One doesn't suffer. Why?
They're not attached to it.
Yeah, they don't have clinging. They don't have upadana. Otherwise, we both have bodies, right? They also have to eat. Enlightened monks doesn't mean they don't have to eat. They have to dress. They have to take shower. They have to maintain good health. So it's important. As long as they live this physical body, at the end of it, it will be gone. Yes, but we will continue our journey unless we attain this nibbana or the enlightenment. So the idea here is the clinging. clinging makes the difference. Clinging makes the difference. Imagine like you can simply practically think in your day-to-day life, how do we cling on to things? Yeah? Like, let's say you are angry with someone, that is clinging. You are greedy of something, that is clinging, right? And the more you are into that, the more you suffer because you are holding very hard. It's very, like if you do it very tightly like this fist, you can do it for a while, and after a while you start to feel pain, right? You can think how painful it becomes. And then when it is, the more you hold on to that, the more it becomes painful, and then you slowly release. Oh, it's like nibbana. It's so release and happy. Similarly, our mind, our thoughts, our clingings can make us suffering. So to any defilement, any emotional, to people or to objects, if we are excessively attached to, it can be very toxic. So since the five aggregates are the very basis of our experience throughout samsara, fully understanding the first noble truth also means understanding the unsatisfactory nature of conditional existence itself. That is the thing. So we could say the first noble truth is not merely samsara. It is the truth of dukkha within samsara. And when we deeply understand the nature of dukkha, we naturally become disenchanted with samsara and begin to seek liberation. In the sutta, if you can find, there is a point where the Buddha says, Nibbida virajyati, viraga vimuchyati, vimutte vimuttasminyanam hoti. I am not sure it is in this sutta though. So Nibbida is like dispassion. Somewhere in life you have this dispassion. Sometimes you feel tired of life, right? Sometimes you feel like fed up of life. That is not that kind of fed up. The nibbida or the dispassion should come also with realization. It should not make you feel weak. It should feel you more stronger within when you have nibbida, dispassion. And then you can actually understand the difference between that disgusting things. Then you are not attached to things anymore. You are not clinging to things anymore because you know the truth of it. And that is very important. So the purpose here is not to be pessimistic about our life, right? But to help us see reality clearly. Just as a doctor first helps a patient, like in the Four Noble Truths, it's very much like the doctor's philosophy, doctor's methodology. He tries to understand the patient, right? The illness before prescribing the cure. The Buddha first asked us to understand the dukkha before showing its cause, its cessation, and the path leading to its cessation. What do you think? Dukkha, what should we do with it? Should we eliminate, or what should we do with the dukkha?
Embrace it.
Yeah?
Embrace it.
Yeah?
Embrace it.
Dukkha, you embrace the dukkha?
Because it's,
Acknowledge it, observe it.
It must be fully understood.
We need to realize, we need to understand. Can you read that part of the sutta? Okay, let's go to Satya Vibhanga Sutta. Okay, And if you go to the Satya Vibhanga Sutta, you can see, okay, Katamanchauso Dukkhang, right? Then, what does it say? Katamanchauso Dukkhang.
Nirodham.
Arisacham.
Yeah, okay. Can you read?
Katamancha uso dukkam
Yes.
arisacham.
Mm-hmm.
Jati pidukka, jara pidukka, vyadi pidukko, maranam pidukkam, soka parideva dukkha domana supaya sa pidukka.
Okay. And then you can go a little bit down. I want to go to the Chatunnang Ariya Satchanang Chikkana Dukkha Satcha Chikkana Desana Katamanchauso Dukkhang Ariya Satchang. Then it explains about Jati, birth. It explains about Jara, the decay. It explains about Marana, the death. Soka, the sorrow. Parideva, the wailing, lamentation, right? And then Domanasa, the grief. And then Upayasa, the physical suffering and mental suffering. The Yam Pichan Labhati, this whole Dukkha Satya is explained there. And after that, if you can see, Katamang Chauso, okay, Dukkha Samudayang Arya Satchang, and then Katamang Chauso Dukkha Nirodhang Arya Satchang, and then Katamang Chauso Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipada Arya Satchang. Okay, even after that, if you can go to further down, I want to come to that point, Katamang Chauso Samma Sati. Okay, right. Idang Uchatauso Samma. In the, can you read that after that? Parinya, right? I can't see it here actually, the word. Let me see if I can find it. Can I see this? Yeah. Also, Dhamma Chakkapravatana Sutta, if you can show me quickly. Oh, it's not given here, the whole thing. Sukhassa Pahana, Dukkhassa Pahana. Okay. Yeah, Dhamma Chakkapravatana Sutta. You have it? Thank you. Sorry. Okay, all right. Over here I can actually show you after the Dukkha Nirodha Satya, the Buddha talks about Imesu Chatusu Arya Satyesu Evan Tiparivattang Dadasakaram. This is important. Tiparivatta, that means Idan dukkha nirodhang arya satchanti me bhikkhave puppe ananusutesu dhammesu. You can see that how the Buddha talks about the dukkha satya, and here tanko panidang dukkhang arya satchang parinyayanti me bhikkhave puppe ananusutesu dhamme. Parinya is what Anagarika said. This noble truth of suffering is to be fully understood. So dukkha is not to be eliminated. It is to be understood. Okay? Thus, because in regard to things unheard before, there arose in me vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge and light. This noble truth of suffering has been fully understood. So first it has to be understood, that is called parinyaya, and then the second thing is parinyata, that means you have fully understood. Okay, and third one, so parinyayam parinyata. With the dukkha satya, truth of suffering, we need to see, we need to investigate into this. The noble truth of suffering is to be fully understood. So this is important. We need to remember that when we talk about the noble truth of suffering, it has to be fully understood. Parinyaya.
With wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
With wisdom.
Yes, yes.
'Cause it's
So in our day-to-day life, we can see them and remember it is not those simple suffering, but it is more than that. That is especially with the 5 aggregates. We have to focus on that. The 5 aggregates. That is the most important thing. Otherwise, everyone knows that, oh, my back is paining, my leg is paining, and this simple pain is not what we are supposed to understand here. It's much more deeper than that, especially when it comes to the 5 aggregates. It becomes much more easier. Okay, and then also there was maybe we can go to the second truth today. That is what is the second truth? Can we read according to the Satya Vibhanga Sutta?
which book are you using?
Mercy.
Okay,
which
yeah,
book
yeah,
you're using.
that book, that book.
This one then?
Do you have Satya Vibhanga Sutta?
Yes.
Okay, I think it should be both the same. The Pali.
What's the opening line?
Okay, that should be Katamanchauso Dukkha Samudayang Arya Satya.
What
Can you
page is
see?
it on?
Yeah? Katamanchauso Dukkha Samudayang Arya Satya. Yayang Tanha Pono Bhavika Nandiraga Sahagata Tatra Tatra Bhinandini Seyatida. Did you find it? Okay, yeah. What is the page here?
68.
68 here. So, Kataman Chauso Dukkha Samudayang Arya Satchang Yayang Tanha Pono Bhavika Nandi Raga Sahagata Tatra Tatra Bhinandini Seyatheda. What are those 3? Kama Tanha, Bhava Tanha, and Vibhava Tanha. So, what is called the noble truth of the origin of suffering? It is the craving that leads to future lives, mixed up with relishing and greed, taking pleasure there wherever it alights. That is, craving for sensual pleasures, craving for continuous existence, and craving for non-existence. So this is what we call dukkha samudaya satya, the root cause of suffering. And so because the craving leads to continuous life, continuous existence, right? So craving also leads to more and more suffering. So tanha has three points here. That is sensual pleasure, and then existence and non-existence. These are the 3 kinds of tanha that we have. Okay. And then in the Satya Vibhanga Sutta, we also can see it has been explained in detail. Okay, Satya Vibhanga Sutta, it is explained in detail. Katama Chauso Kama Tanha. Is it explained here? dukkha samudayam ariya satyam. Okay, kama tanha, bhava tanha, vibhava tanha. So okay, after that, okay, only that point, only that part is there, right? It's okay, I will explain here. So this the Buddha identified three kinds of craving. One is craving for sense pleasure, craving for becoming, and craving for becoming means wanting to become something, right? You wanting to become something, sometimes, somewhere. That is bhava tanha. And craving for non-becoming means wanting things, situations, feelings to simply disappear. That is the vibhava tanha. Okay? So this is very important also to remember that regarding the second truth. Tanha. Then tanha is also explained as pono bhavika nandi raga sahagata tatra tatra abhinandini. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yayan tanha pono bhavika nandi raga sahagata tatra tatra abhinandini. That means the Buddha identify this Pono bhavika means it leads to the punabhava. It leads to renewal of existence. Pono bhavika. And we have the liking, desire to be existent there. What about a modern example? Can we think of a modern example? Always wanting more, right? Always wanting more money, more name and fame, and more recognition. You never get satisfied, right? It's insatiable when it comes to these desires. So wanting to become important, that is also there, and successful, and wanted to be admired, not one time, but all again and again and again, right? So that is there. I like when I was talking with Vipul today, you were talking about the Goenka retreats, right? And Goenka retreats are run like over 200 branches the world over, and without any advertisement. That's amazing. No commercials, nothing, and it's like people's word to word. And then also there are people who do service, who attend to them as volunteer service. You should try one day to attend any of these 10 days retreat, and also maybe work their volunteer work. And I remember I attended once, and there was no opportunity for us to say thank you. The teacher, at the end of the 10 days, he didn't even show up, and he just left. And the volunteers, they were working day and night to make our retreat more comfortable and peaceful for us, and they left without leaving us any chance to even show our gratitude. You see how like they were not expecting anything in return. That is true, wonderful. And in today's world, people more and more, even in the monastery, they want to be highlighted. They want to be recognized. They want their name to be, in big letters. Yeah. So this is not. We need to really think of it. This is part of bhavatanha.
Don't do anything to make sure it happens.
Right. So and then when it comes to the other side, of the flip side, wanting difficult emotions, difficult relationships, and difficult diagnosis to simply vanish. That is like vibhava tanha, right? To not have to face them at all. See how much we have these things in this very existence. We have sensual pleasures and end of things to make our eyes happy, to make our ears happy, to make our nose happy, to make our tongue happy, to make our body happy, and also to make our mind happy. We have these things, and we day and night we try to find ways to make them happy, and it's never ending. This is karma tanha. This is karma tanha. So the more we do that, we accumulate karma. Through the eye we see a form, and then through the eye consciousness we recognize, and then we judge. Pleasant, unpleasant. Whether it is pleasant or unpleasant. If we see someone who is pleasant, then what happens? The root cause, unwholesome root is greed. Right? Greed happens. And then if there is an unpleasant person in front of us, then what happens? The unwholesome root is aversion. Right? Dosa. And the most difficult culprit behind is moha. You don't even know. If we are angry, we can recognize we are angry, right? Anyone knows that I'm angry. You can see your body shaking. You can see your heartbeat. You can feel like your head is very warm or something. When you are angry, you can really feel it. That's why when you are angry, if you can make it a meditation object, you will not be sleeping. You will be able to actually comfortably focus. It's really good opportunity because you know the storm. You know the storm, like the lightning, thunder, everything comes in advance, and you know something is bad is going to happen. How do we put the outcome? Through the mind, through the word, and through the body, right? So we let the outcome, we release the outcome. Then we create karma. If we are happy, then we create greed, and then if we are angry, we create anger related. So how we create karma? By just trying to, with open eyes. Does that mean we should be blind?
No.
No. Right? If we don't have eyes, then we can't see anything. So that's fine then. Right? We close our eyes, then that's fine. That is not the idea here. We have the eyes, we have the people, one is pleasant, one is unpleasant, and more neutral. We have only few pleasant and few unpleasant, and vast majority of them are unpleasant. Like, let's say, the books are there, these things are there. Are we angry? No, right? They are just neutral to us. Then we focus on something, like if something is really nice, like a flower, or maybe a pet, or maybe a person you likeable, and then if there is an unlikable person, you have the tension, you have the stress with them. You have the happiness with some, we have stress with the others. See how we create karma right away. In a fraction of a second, the moment the light comes through that, you see a form and you judge. Pleasant, unpleasant, you already create karma. So how much we have to be alert and mindful not to create bad karma, at least to maintain neutral. You need to train your mind for that. Very, very important. Okay. So I think there is a question. Dear Bhante, could you kindly explain how is consciousness also dukkha? Yeah, mind can be, you are trying to make your mind happy. that is called domanassa. Let's say like somebody passed away, somebody is sick, or you yourself are sick, and then are you happy? Your mind not happy, right? Maybe somebody yelled at you and your mind also not happy, right? So you need to think of all these things when it comes to the mind, and you can also make your mind happy, which is a good thing, but through the right ways, through wholesome ways. That way, if you can make your mind, that will be very wonderful. So, so here's a simple way to hold this, truth. Craving is a tightening, wisdom is a relaxing notice, and then notice in your own body right now what craving actually feels like. When you have craving and when you have anger, you can just observe. Observing is very nice. So there is a grip to it. When you have anger and greed, they are like two sides of the same coin. Okay? Like greed, we know we already attached. What about anger? Do you let it go? No, you are attached to it more. Imagine now you are angry, and after a while you think like, okay, I'm not more angry. What happens in the night when you go to bed, when you are alone? Close your eyes, that person appears in front of you in the darkness. You can't sleep. You had an argument, imagine. You can't sleep. You try to find ways to attack that person, or to find a way to justify your argument. See how we have been clinging to that emotion. So these two things are the two sides of the same coin. And again, the culprit behind is the ignorance. So we have to make sure, we have to be really mindful that this clenching, this clinging to be released. Very important. If we don't do it, we are accumulating more and more and more, little by little, layers and layers of what we call latent tendencies. We call it anusaya. Okay, let's say like you get angry, and you feel like you don't feel angry anymore. But even after hours, even after days, even after weeks and months and years, if you are holding on to that, you remember that person, you get angry, right? Every time you remember that person, you get angry. And there is something like somebody mentioned his or her name, you get upset. And you see that person's photo, you get upset. Social media, you see the photo, you get upset, you want to block it. You can't see that. And then somebody somebody says something good about that person, you get upset. See, that means you have been holding piles after piles of those latent tendencies. Latent tendencies are very difficult to remove if we are not mindful. So it is really important to train our mind, okay, to have mindfulness within us. If you are observing that you are angry, that makes us so easier for us not to have that stacking of anger piles. Okay, if you are mindful, okay, anger comes to me, and then your mindfulness is like a security guard, gatekeeper. It will not allow the anger to leave any dropping behind. Like a security guard. Security guard is very watchful. Mindfulness is compared to security guard in the Visuddhimagga. Very, very important to train this mindfulness, to have this yoniso manasikara within us. every time, every single time, that will help us in so many ways. And in that case, like an enlightened monk, okay, if you get angry, you know the anger comes. If you get hungry, you know the hunger comes. If you get greedy, you know the greed comes. Everything he, like the security guard, he knows. So those emotions, external emotions, will not pollute the mind. In one sutta, the Buddha mentioned, Pabhasaramidam bhikkhave chittang tanchakopana agantuke upakkilesehi upakkirita. This chitta, this mind, is very luminous originally. And then incoming, visiting defilements pollute it, layers after layers. Why? Because of lack of mindfulness. That's why we suffer. That's why we keep on holding on to this. This clinging, this upadana is so very dangerous. So please remember the tanha, threefold tanha. We have to, okay, what should we do with that? Like the with the dukkha satya, the truth of suffering, we said it has to be well understood, right? Parinyeya. And what about the other one? Pahatabba. Pahatabba. Pahatabba means we have to abandon it. What has to be abandoned? The craving. So suffering has to be well understood, whereas the craving has to be abandoned. And then once you know I have abandoned, you know I have done it. Pahina means already abandoned. So we have to make an effort. It doesn't happen overnight, or it doesn't happen automatically. Remember, this ignorance, this avidya, is so unkind or merciless. Okay? It never gives you any chance to come out of this samsara. He really likes us to be in the samsara. He always finds ways, excuses to bind us to the samsara, tie us to the samsara. Okay, maybe sometime you become a very famous person, and then people appreciate you. So this ignorance behind you, you need that. You need everyone to appreciate you. You are a big person. You are very well educated. You are a big monk, or you are a big politician. You are a big leader. So everyone should, appreciate it. So who is the culprit behind? Ignorance, avidya. Because the more we are trapped into that, we are dragged, pulled back into this samsara. That's why it's very hard to recognize the moha, the ignorance, the avidya. Very hard. Even if you are greedy, you can feel it. When you are angry, you can definitely feel it. But when you are ignorant, you don't know. That is the most difficult thing. That is why it is one of the most very strong links in the dependent origination, avijja. Okay? And also the Buddha said, avijja and tanha, they are the two most important links in the ignorance and craving. Two most important in the link. Okay. So there are some questions coming in, right? So somebody asked, Bhante, how does one effectively clear negative karma created in this life form? So how do we effectively clear negative karma? So practicing meditation. It's a very, very wonderful way to clear some of those age-old, defilements. And let me tell you a practical way to deal with it. Let us say, if someone is always complaining, if someone is always sad, If someone is always angry, if someone is always jealous, what happens? What happens to that person?
They become sick.
Yeah, see the law of attraction. All the past bad karma related to that will be, what do you call, magnetically attracted to that. So it will over time build up. Every day angry, every day sad, every day scared. All these things happen to this person. You continue to be like that. You continue to build up. So whatever you do, nothing works. Nothing works for you. Because the previous past karma are also immediately looped, immediately connected to this. Remember the AI, how the AI works, algorithm works? Just like that. This is million times faster. Let's say you like something and in the social media you see something likable. Maybe you like an iPhone. So you watch that. What happened? The following day you see many of them comes to you. And let's say you like a video about the pets. What happened? Then they have like 50,000 videos, video clips related to that. So they will show you because you like it. Similarly, when you have these negative things in you, negative emotions in you, negative attitudes in you, you are connected to all your future negative related karma. So everything becomes dark, everything becomes grumpy, everything becomes very negative within you. That is the truth. So how do we get out of this? Stay positive. Stay positive. Start simple. I don't say like very big thing. Start simple. For example, you wake up and be grateful and be thankful that you are still breathing. Okay, and then maybe do a little bit of 5 minutes meditation. Listen to your own breath. Right on your bed. You can do it. And that will be very helpful. And then make your bed. And appreciate I do it. I did it. And you do it every day. Appreciate you do it every day. Go to the bathroom. Clean yourself before going to the Buddha chanting. And appreciate it. You do it. And you clean the sink. Appreciate you do it. And what happens over time? These little small good actions can come together and it makes a very big impact in your life. You suddenly you start like, finding something to be brighter, to smile, to appreciate. And look at other people. Oh, that person is doing well. He or she is chanting well. He or she is meditating well. He or she is very peaceful. Look at the other people's positive outcome and appreciate. Even inwardly, you can do that. And then you can follow them. That way you can clear many of these negative impact in you and try to be positive. Life is impermanent, life is full of suffering, but you can still make your life more meaningful and happy that way. And when you are happy, it also makes you healthy, physically and mentally. Very important. Okay? Okay. Right. So, what time is it? Is it time?
It's 8:31.
Okay.
8:31.
What time are we finishing?
Usually it's like an hour.
In an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. So we discussed about the samudaya satya, the craving, and the threefold craving. So I would like to invite you in day-to-day life, think of these things. On the cushion, while meditating, you can think of these things, reflect on these things, And then off the cushion, in your day-to-day life, you also have to apply the theory into practice. It doesn't make sense otherwise. Yeah, you can make like you can sit very comfortably, peacefully, quietly, and then come out of the cushion and start yelling at someone or being negative out of the room. If you don't know how to apply this, then that doesn't make much sense. So you need to really apply that theory into practice. This is the Buddha, how the Buddhist teaching can make your life more meaningful. So please remember that, and please try to make your life more meaningful. And in order to do that, I want to tell you one little thing that can be very helpful. Pausing. Pause. Pause few seconds before you talk. Pause few seconds before you act. Am I going to say the right thing? Am I going to say the truth? Is it going to help the other person and myself? Is it going to be a divisive speech or harsh speech, or is it going to be a truthful, meaningful, helpful, beneficial to everyone? And that little pause can make your life so happy and peaceful and meaningful. Remember, this is what the Buddha said to Angulimala. Angulimala was chasing after the Buddha. He was profusely sweating and he was asking the Buddha to stop. Buddha said, I have already stopped. I have stopped my whole sansaric journey. Okay, you are the one running. You have to stop. That he was very smart. Angulimala was a very smart and skillful boy. And that is also why he was like having this jealousy by the other classmates. And now he immediately, it triggered him. Oh yes, I am the one running. He is very peaceful. Look at him, he's so calm. I'm like panting, I'm like trying so hard to catch him I can. I'm the one running. That really helped him. That pausing, that stopping and pausing helped him so much. And he could actually, with the help of the Buddha's amazing compassion and wisdom, he was able to come out of that suffering. So if we pause in between every time, please think where to pause and how to pause, how to apply this little simple trick to greater rescue, to greater happiness of the many. Okay, so with that we would like to conclude today's session, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I think we have Uttara, Manal, Mrs. Sri Lanka, oh, Ryan, Martin, Ellen, and Jayanta Fernando, and Zapsville, and Manal, and yes, thank you everyone, and also thank you to our in-person residents. May you all be blessed by this wonderful teaching of the Buddha. We will continue with the third truth next time from Satyavibhanga Sutta and Dhamma Chakkapavattana Sutta. Please take a look, and if you have some questions, you can also ask. And let us learn the Dhamma, little Dhamma that we know, and let us practice them in our day-to-day life. The Dhamma is, again, not only confined to the books and to the monastery, but also not to only to the cushion, but also out of the book and out of the cushion and out of the monastery. We have to apply this little Dhamma that we know to make your life much more meaningful and happy. And with that we conclude today. Thank you very much. May you all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. May the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem be with you all. May all of us and all of them, all the other sentient beings be well, happy, healthy. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all of us and all of them be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Thinking thus, please keep your palms together close to your heart and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.